Oh boy. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 68. Don't you hoes be late. It's time for the No Cooldown Podcast once again. I am ThatManTripp, and I am very tired. It is a Wednesday. As of this recording, it is May 17th. It's been a long day, a long week, and we're only midway through, but we must truck on. And it's probably it's my favorite time of the week. I'm gonna be real with you. It's time to talk about these games, man. It's time to talk in the No Cooldown Podcast format. And of course, I'm joined by my podcast partners in crime. First and foremost, this guy is absolutely pissed about how things have been scheduled over the next week or so. WenEazy's in the building. How you doing, fam?
I'm gonna wait until 8-minute mark before I start cursing, so I'm just gonna say I am here.
It's coming. Something's happening. You'll know it when you hear it. You'll know it when you hear it. Oh yeah. The way the topics are laid out this week, we're gonna have some back-to-back flaming. So this is gonna be wonderful, guys. You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat. And of course, my other podcast partner in crime, my man is supremely tired, but he is still supremely here. Kxngviii is in the building. What's good, fam?
It's grind season.
It's grind season for real. For real, man. And if you want to keep supporting the grind that No Cooldown is on, make sure you rate this podcast 5 stars. Go to your audio podcast platform, Spotify for podcasts, Apple Podcasts, type in No Cooldown, it'll be right there. Make sure you rate it 5 stars. Put 5 stars. We're good noodles. So you put the stars on the damn thing and you tell everybody you know. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure your grandma download the app even though she don't even know how to work anything besides WhatsApp on her phone. Make sure she download those apps, rate us 5 stars, and share us around so we can get into the algorithm more. We can get to new audiences and keep pushing on our grand journey. You know what I'm saying? Also, be sure to check us at youtube.com/@NoCooldown. Check out all the exclusive content going over on that side with some interesting things over the next week or so. You might want to stay tapped into that channel for things you might not hear or see on the podcast. So keep an eye out for that. Of course, all of our socials at ThatManTripp on all socials, at WenEazy and at Wotaku channel. You know what I'm saying? On all socials, at Kxngviii on all socials. Make sure you check us out as well. But without further ado, we got a lot of news and stuff to get in. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm pissed.
Oh man, join the club.
I can't wait to find about what. Oh man, this is gonna be wonderful. Without further ado, let's get right to it. First and foremost, though, I do want to start off on a slightly somber note and send No Cooldown's deepest condolences and a rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, to the family, loved ones, everybody affected by the death of the original voice actor for Crash Bandicoot, Brendan O'Brien. Of course, he voiced, Crash. He voiced Professor Cortex, a lot of other people in the series, as well as many other roles. Just wanted to send, you know what I'm saying, heartfelt, condolences and rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Man's, of course, evidently made an impact from the stuff he's been a part of in the industry and stuff. So just want to send a quick salute on that front.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
Absolutely. A legend.
Nah, real talk, man. Real talk. I know I got my gripes with Crash Bandicoot, but it's tough to see, of course it's tough to see when somebody goes, especially somebody who's had an impact on so many people, different people's lives like this, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be, you know what I'm saying, like could it be the smallest minuscule roles in the extra, going all the way up to again, the main character of a whole, big franchise that's affected millions of people across the world. So it's tough, man, but gonna live forever. So rest in peace to Mr. O'Brien. All right, pushing on to this news here. Diablo 4 is offering up 3 battle pass tiers for their new system each season and will rotate and reset after a limited time, of course. So got more information on how that's going to pan out. Thoughts on the battle pass system for Diablo 4?
This is actually one that I did a little bit of more research on. And one thing about Diablo, at least in Diablo 3, they started doing seasons to kind of keep people continuously playing the game. And the battle pass system doesn't look bad. I mean, it's a battle pass system, cosmetics, whatever, bada bing, bada boom. The season system is going to introduce sets. So for people who don't know what sets are in Diablo, there are legendary weapons that have different abilities attached to them. So there will be a sword that will have a field of ice around you every time you swing it or whatever. Sets are essentially legendary items, but if you collect a whole set, the ability gets better. So it'll be like a sword and a. If you wear the helmet and boots, you'll have ice field around you. If you wear the chest and the gloves with the helmet and boots, you'll have an ice field that it gets bigger. And the third tier, like ice monsters spawn from the field. Like that's how the sets work. I don't think this is a bad thing. People were complaining about like the fact that the sets are going to go away after a certain amount of time. But honestly, if they kept releasing sets every season, like there's just going to be so many that it's going to be like the game will be bloated as hell to try to collect all of them. So I think that the battle pass system is okay. I figured we were going to get one. I mean, look at Overwatch, but we're not going to talk about that yet. Like battle passes are at this point, we're never going to get rid of them. Everything's going to have a battle pass.
Son, every time I go take a shit, I might have to go unlock like 3 levels just to get like a new toilet paper roll or some shit. This is gonna be egregious. This is not right.
I said toilet paper.
To get a better brand, to get 2-ply, I'm gonna have to be level 37 on that joint, or pay 950 bathroom coins or whatever, son. Some B-bucks. Some B-bucks, man.
B-bucks.
This guy's about to spend his V-bucks on Fortnite ranked.
Hey, I didn't have that in the notes either, but I seen that pop up the other day as well. I'm like, man, shit done got serious, bro. Shit done really got serious.
They got no build ranked. I'm just saying.
No build ranked is crazy. Listen, I don't know, man. You have to tap in. I don't
know.
Another game for me to champion.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it's out there. It's out there. That's wild. But all right, fair play. Moving on to the next story here. We saw a big uproar last week from people who were critical of Jedi Survivor after they noticed, I guess, the animation for a specific double-sided lightsaber attack in the game was really similar to the animation of literally the exact same attack that Darth Maul used in Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I guess thoughts on the outrage?
Hey, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Shut the fuck up.
It's like, man, you mean to tell me an EA company use another EA's company's assets when making an EA game based on Star? Like, bro, shut up, dog.
You know how crazy this is? Remember when everyone was crying because Kratos pushed the boat the same way in Ragnarok?
Yeah. That's exactly what this is.
Come on, go up.
It's days like this. You just look to yourself, look to your left, look to your right, and just really appreciate the fact that you aren't a fucking loser, bro. Like, come on, who complains about this, man? Who really complains about assets, animations? You know how hard making a game is? I don't exactly, but I can tell you it's hard as hell. So maybe reusing one asset there and tweaking it to a different character, even on the basis that Jedi techniques, or technique in general, is meant to be replicated from different people to the best of their ability. So if it looks similar, it would probably make sense because it's a technique that you learn. Am I lost in that? Am I crazy for thinking that a technique would look similar from 2 different people? Is that, am I stupid?
No, it makes sense to me.
Like, what are you talking about? Yo, son, y'all need. I think we need to implement like a scared straight game developer course for like the most avid, the most, like, you know what I'm saying, vehement deniers that a video game is hard to make. We need to pile you up, put you on a whole black and white prison bus and bring you to, like, you know what I'm saying, Monolith Studios or EA, and we're gonna push you right in front of all these things where, you know what I'm saying, all the things that you denied that were unnecessary or whatever. You know, put you right in front of and see what you do in the same situation. Like, oh yeah, no, you can't use those same assets, dog. You can't use them. Make something new. Make a new asset. And you're gonna be sitting there like, nah, I just wanted to just use the same one. I'm sorry. And you'll never speak ill of game development again. We need to implement this program nationwide, globally even. I will bring my case to the UN. We need to we need to get all y'all on Beyond Scared Straight Gaming Edition. We need it. Insanity, bro. Tweak it. Absolutely tweak it. Wild times, man. But speaking of wild times, we just talked about it. Let's bring it back though. Fortnite ain't really missing anytime soon, as they called in the cameos of Miles Morales ahead of the Across the Spider-Verse film that's coming to theaters in just a couple of weeks here. So I mean, I thoughts on what we're probably gonna see. There's a lot of different room to roll with the Spider-Verse film. So I mean, what might we see in Fortnite?
I'm expecting Spider-Gwen. I'm expecting Miles. Maybe even Peter. Like I can't remember what it was Peter Parker, but not the regular Peter Parker. I definitely can see.
Peter B.
Yeah,
Parker.
yeah. I could see him and this. I could definitely see the baby as a backpack, which is egregious. But I think I could
That's
definitely
crazy.
see the baby. I could see the Spider Baby as a backpack. I think that would be hard. I would rock the Spider Baby.
That's hard. That's hard. I honestly, I think they would definitely go 2099. They'll put Miguel O'Hara in there.
Oh yeah, maybe even so. Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this might still be a thing. He has a glider, like he has like these web
I think you're
things.
right. He might have the web glider. You're right.
I think that might join the game along with the web slingers.
That's
If I'm
hard.
not mistaken, that would be sick. That
That's
would be
hard.
super sick.
That's hard, bro. That's hard. I like Fortnite is now immune from missing. They're immune from missing in this context. They can't be beat.
Pretty much.
It's over. I don't even got to look at game trail. I don't got to look at movie trails no more. Or look or you know what I'm saying, like focus during the 15 minutes before a movie starts in the theater anymore. I just go on Fortnite or check their Twitter, because that'll let me know what big releases are coming. That'll let me know that, hey, we here, bro. We really we rock it. They can't miss, and this is gonna be a slam dunk, like as per usual. And I will be buying skins for this one, especially. I will be buying skins. Yes,
For sure.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, to be honest.
yeah. I feel like it was bad timing, because the first Spider-Verse, I feel like it was before they really started this run of like, we're ingrained with all of this stuff. Possibly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know if it's that necessarily, or maybe they were just like hesitant of like doing it for Spider-Verse because they were afraid like it wasn't gonna be a good movie or something. Like I'm not sure, because I feel like this should have already happened. Like I agree with you on that. Like this shouldn't have been the first time.
Maybe the first time they weren't
pushing it like that.
all in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was on the Marvels. Yeah, I hear you.
Because it's not a Marvel, it's a Sony thing.
Yeah,
So
the
it could have been
Sony thing.
Sony.
Yeah, Sony, they have their own ways. So yeah, they probably weren't the most confident going into it, or the most assured with their full marketing push. But now they're just going all in. That actually makes sense. Yeah, so pushing on here. In a surprise reveal, Dead by Daylight have now shown that Nicolas Cage, of all people, will be coming to the game, with more information coming on July 5th. So, I mean, how we feeling about Nick Cage in Dead by Daylight?
Okay. I need it to be I need it to be voiced by Nicolas Cage. That's really about it. I like Nicolas Cage. I think this is a pretty cool fit because he's so weird. Like I love him as a person. It's such a good fit, I believe. But I know a lot of people are very confused.
Problems with Nicolas Cage. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
1000%.
He's 59 years old,
son, which is wild to think about, honestly. Like, I'm cool. Yeah, I guess this is cool. All right. I'm with it. I guess. Like, I don't know what else to say. I want to know what his kit is, though. I want to know what his skill tree is. This would be the most interesting thing. Like, bro, you need to have like the gone in 60 seconds. You need to have a pace skill where like you just automatically get faster in the first 60 seconds of a match. You need to have like, you know what I'm saying, like the National Treasure like Scout Finder thing where like you can see different things, like you can see different objects on the map faster or whatever. You need a lot of different. You gotta tie it in well, man. You gotta tie it in well. I need a face-off skill or whatever. And yes, fully voiced. I agree, fully voiced. So whatever it is, Nicolas Cage gonna cook. I rock with Nicolas Cage anyway. So yeah,
Look, I think for me the crazy thing about this is like DVD has the money to spend on this.
Bro, they have they have underrated collabs. Again, outside of Fortnite, Dead by Daylight has a really good case of the collabs they make, because most of them do make good sense and they incorporate them pretty well. They've had a good streak of them.
Yeah. And what you also need to understand too is like we see them having like Scream and we see them having Mike Myers. These are like horror movie like icons, but I don't think it's as expensive as you would think, because at the end of the day, horror movies are very cheap to produce. Like I could see them being like, yeah, sure, give us a couple bucks or whatever. Just give us royalties. I think that, and another thing too is we don't know if it's voiced by Nicolas Cage, then yes, I'm gonna be like, oh, they really got him to do this. But like look at Death Stranding, for example. They got Guillermo del Toro, but Guillermo del Toro isn't the person who's voicing the character.
Yeah.
Like, they could have just paid for the likeness.
True. Yeah, I hope they do go like the full way and try and get Nicolas Cage's voice in there at some point. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm with that though. Fair play. All right. We got a report here that seems to map out Ubisoft's entire lineup of games for the next 10 to 12 months with Assassin's Creed Mirage, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, Rainbow Six Mobile, The Division Resurgence, Skull and Bones, The Crew Motorfest, X-Defiant, and one other large game, ambiguously put, that are set to release over this next 12-month span. And we also got word that Ubisoft is ramping up employee focus and plotting 40% more of its workforce on Assassin's Creed games to, quote, fuel its ambitious expansion. So how do we feel about this lineup over the next, 10 to 12 months? How are we feeling? What's that mystery game? How are we feeling about Ubisoft?
Large game with huge open world with nothing to do. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Come on.
I honestly don't care about Assassin's Creed Mirage. Just call me when Project Code Red pops up. Avatar, is that cool? Rainbow Six Mobile. That's just, I like money simulator. Division Resurgence, again, it's another mobile game. They decided to not put that in the title. So, money simulator. Skull and Bones, I'll give that one a try. That's good.
Out of all the ones we said,
That's funny.
that's the one you stop on.
Skull and Bones, I'm down for that. That's sounding like me. The Crew,
Wow.
I like The Crew. I could try this.
That's
X-Defiant,
so funny.
the COD Killer, I can't wait to spend so many hours on that game. Can't wait to grind my gold camo.
Demo wasn't. I'm about to say the beta wasn't bad, to be fair, but it wasn't
Alright,
bad.
brother.
It wasn't
Alright,
bad.
brother.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't
Good guy,
outstanding.
Tripp
It wasn't
strikes again.
impressive, but it wasn't bad.
Good guy Tripp strikes again.
Yo,
Yeah,
wow,
good guy
wow.
Tripp strikes again, bro.
Listen,
I think
man,
that's very accurate.
Tripp is like single-handedly trying to like pull together brand partnerships, and me and Wen are just like, no.
No, we're not.
Yes.
We're just like, fuck those.
This man beat me to it. Like I'm trying to savor the bridge here. I'm trying to savor the bridge. I'm trying to be nice and amicable. Y'all motherfuckers just come to destroying everything.
Listen, I played literally. I was in here playing Combat Master. That's the COD killer. Like that is the COD killer. Like throughout this whole list, there's not one game that was said that I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for it. I don't really need another Assassin's Creed game. I honestly haven't played any of the newer ones. I tried out Origins. I mean, we're not gonna go through my list of Assassin's Creed games that I didn't play. But essentially, I'm not excited for pretty much any of these games unless another large title is Rayman. I don't really care. The only thing I can think that isn't Rayman is gonna be like, oh, we have Splinter Cell, but yeah, like look how long it's taken them to make a Splinter Cell game. I doubt we're gonna get that.
Son,
I want them to stop. They're like saying like, oh, we're gonna put more people on this Assassin's Creed game. I want them to put more people on other games. Like that's what I want them to do. I want them to put more people or other people. Maybe just sell those IPs if you're not gonna do anything with them.
The only reason I said like Skull and Bones is because I played a fuck ton of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, I know that.
It was actually really fun. So I
But
want to
are they
see.
even?
Like,
They're not even. I don't even think they're even gonna have that level of like off boat exploration to complement the on boat stuff.
see, that much I didn't know. I just I've seen like key art and stuff, and I was like, okay, this.
Oh
like
yeah, you ain't see the demo last time they was out. You ain't see the demo.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't-
yeah. Look at that, and be disappointed. Nigga, have fun with that one.
He said, "Look at that." and be
the whole
disappointed.
world.
I was about to say, yeah, that one, you can have fun with that. But I just want to put a note out there. Amidst all of these titles that they stated, even the ambiguous one, which is funny. So I know this is ruled out. Out of all this crazy activity, Ubisoft trying to go big with Assassin's Creed yet again, because what else do they have? And all this other stuff. Ain't it funny to you that there is no mention of Beyond Good and Evil 2? Like, it's not coming out. This thing is never happening, dog. This joint is never happening. And it's tough.
Honestly, like, I don't know why video game companies don't just, like, make, like, animated limited series of their TV shows. Like,
Son.
personally speaking. Like, I mean, not the TV, they're video games. Because, like, Beyond Good and Evil 2 had a sick trailer. Why don't you just pay people to make a CGI like movie about it?
Son, they could have. They would have made a whole season 2. That could have been an Arcane.
Yeah,
y'all could have been cooking already. That would have bought y'all way more time than y'all got now for people to care about Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'll be real.
Yeah,
like that's insanity to me. That's actually insanity. And you guys want to come talk about, we're putting almost half of our workforce back on Assassin's Creed. Like, what is that gonna do?
We don't want that. We don't want more. Like, I like Assassin's Creed, and I think more people would probably benefit the game 1000%. But if you're gonna sit here and tell me like that's what we're missing, like, no, you guys have been missing more than that.
That was the ingredient that was missing. That was the final piece of the puzzle. That was
more people on Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, as if more Assassin's Creed was not the hallmark of y'all like downfall over the past several years. We don't want more Assassin's Creed. File it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm out of this whole list. I'm at least slightly hopeful for Assassin's Creed Mirage, because apparently they did file it down to a certain extent and brought it back to the roots. So I'm like, I'm side eyeing it. I'm not excited, but I got a side eye out on it. But the rest of it, I'm like, okay. The crew maybe. I don't know. The crew maybe, but the rest of it, I'm not.
The crew.
Nah. Listen, this man says Skull and Bones. You gonna scoff at my picks?
Bro.
You know, you're like, oh, okay. Oh, you don't know. Oh, okay. All right.
Skull and Bones game of the year. I don't know what it's
Of which year? 2029?
Of which year?
2028.
Okay.
When it releases.
We're gonna pass another World Cup. A president. Inflation is gonna be like 80%. Son, the sea levels might have caught Florida already. I might be dead.
Oh my god.
We'll see about Ubisoft, man. We'll see about Ubisoft. But pushing on to the next story here. EA CEO Andrew Wilson spoke in a recent investor report and said that EA has, quote, the ability to bring Battlefield back in an entirely new way in the future. He didn't specify how, though, and what the exact look might be for Battlefield, but he did say that there's more to share when it's appropriate. So I guess thoughts on how EA could look in the future are what they need to do to get it there.
I mean, I think Battlefield right now is in a better place than it was on release. I think they just need to honestly keep coming out with more content, and honestly, the marketing needs to be better because a lot of people like think that game just died. Myself included for a little while, and then like King was like, "Yo, tap in." I was like, "All right," I tapped in. I was pretty happy. But if they can like iron out better marketing and like find ways of getting people to like care, because that's the biggest problem. Is like in this day and age, if your game sucks on release, you're kind of screwed to some capacity.
Very screwed.
Mm-hmm. Don't dig yourself in the hole early. You gotta, even if you start off like you can start off fire, and then like your next, like the first like 8 months are fire. You could literally take like a whole like 4 months and then just like fix everything if stuff is like ass on the back end, and you'll be fine. You can take a buffer, but that first impression is insanity. It's insanely big. That's a tough one to bear. But I'll say this, I guess what this entirely new way is supposed to be, I hope the entirely new means actually like more engaging, and what I mean is more compelling. And what I mean is, if you're gonna introduce this experience, I feel like you gotta bring it back to the roots of having something that people are looking, not necessarily just in the gameplay, but just in the ethos, the spirit of it. I mean, when you look at like Battlefield Bad Company 2, of course it had like, you know, that the campaign, some of the characters, and then had everything on top of it with the destruction and all that stuff. One thing that I liked, you know what I'm saying, Battlefield Hardline, it had a different spirit to it, to where I know it wasn't the most beloved Battlefield, but it was something different that was provided. And then I think it was pretty consistent and held it, like technically, you know what I'm saying, not the best optimized rates wise, but at least in terms of what they tried to deliver in their approach and their concept, it was something that was somewhat fresh, a good innovative take, a good spin on what was being done. So I'm not sure what the new is. Whatever the new is, the new has to be compelling, whether it be story, you're introducing actual, you know what I'm saying, real like compelling characters like a Battlefield Bad Company, like, you know what I'm saying, like that entertaining bunch, or you're adding something back in that you didn't have beforehand. Like it's got to be something that's compelling. Whatever new it may be, it has to be enough to draw people in and keep them there.
Yeah.
New, I think one thing that gets me like annoyed with these kind of situations is that like nobody asks for new
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I think when you have communities as opinionated as Battlefields, you need to work with us and not just work for the sake of producing a new title.
I agree.
I don't think anyone really cares about a new experience in Battlefield. What we want is a familiar experience with better graphics, better functionality, better destruction. Like I think they keep missing the mark because they don't want to include the community in any of the process.
I heavily agree with that. I feel like Battlefield's a much more tight knit and niche community than and a lot of other FPSs, especially like the Call of Duties and stuff like that. And the opinion of Battlefield, at least from the consumer reception, holds pretty consistent across the Battlefield community when people receive it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there were too many, clashing opinions whenever Battlefield 2042 dropped, and how it's improving now. I'm pretty sure that the community consensus, it stays pretty much on par. So people are on the same page in the community relatively. Why don't you just tap in with them more? You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, there is no one bashing Battlefield harder than the people that have played Battlefield for the last decade.
Yeah, it's the hardest supporters are the hardest critics.
Exactly. So the people that are going to be pushing the message of your game are the ones that are actually playing your game. Not, so that's where they fucked up, because they marketed a game that, like, for Battlefield 2042 anyways, like that just had a bunch of like technical issues, and the people that play the game every day were unhappy. They're going to push that message. If the game came out and the game was perfect, I guarantee like Battlefield 2042 would have blown.
Oh yeah.
Because the people would have been pushing the right message. They're going to bring out a new experience. Hell, they might go, what's that game? The uncovered game? What was that one with the cam?
Unrecord.
Watch that, they'll drop some shit like that. And no one's gonna win.
Nah, Squadron Unrecord, that's kind of, in a Battlefield setting, that's kind of it's kind of,
they just need to tap into like what the community actually needs. And I think, obviously we don't know what this new game will look like, but if they're just kind of going solo on this new story, this new arc of Battlefield, then I can't really say that I'm, excited. I'm more skeptical than anything.
I hear it. Listen, I'm just saying, out of most of the major franchises, I feel like the Battlefield has definitely used nostalgia in some things, like some of their map drops and the DLC, of course, bringing back old stuff like like Caspian Border and all that good stuff. They could do a full on lean 1 or 2 times. You know what I'm saying? Bring back a Battlefield Bad Company 3. You know what I'm saying? Do a Hardline 2 or something like that. I think they got some grapes to lean in on it. You got to use everything at your disposal at this point to get back in the dance. Why not? You know what I'm saying? At least you'll have some credit in the bank with the name usage.
Yeah. If they would have even released just like, yo, this is gonna be Battlefield 4, but just with more players and better graphics, I think everybody would have been super happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing a lot, and I don't think they don't know what the fans want anymore. And it shows.
Yeah, facts. So I heard some fans want their $90 back, but we'll cross that bridge when we cross. We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
All I'm saying is, bro, they just need to bring back Operation Metro.
Facts.
And story mode.
Facts. Max
That's
tickets.
And remove the battle pass.
Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah. No,
like
for real.
That is the perfect Battlefield. There we go.
For real. Yeah, wonderful. And also,
64. What the fuck are they doing?
Listen, that's a whole different story. Whole different story. I'm about to say, speaking of that, this ain't on the notes, but I remember somebody talking about this earlier today on the timeline, and this was just a funny thing to me about Battle Pass and what stuff is. They were just like, it's funny how some of the biggest games over the past year and change now, probably past like 3 to 4 years, have been the heavy single player joints. Star Wars, Hogwarts Legacy, Tears of the Kingdom, Elden Ring, God of War. If I said that twice, I'm sorry, but my memory shot today. I was about to say, like, those games have been like at the forefront, and they've sold some of the largest units in their releases out of everything. You know what I'm saying? They've beat out some major games. And they're like, yo, could this actually be a big knock-on effect in the next 3 to 4 years where people are just like not putting Battle Pass and focusing on more, single player stuff or non live service things?
That would be the smart thing for them to do, but we know for a fact a lot of publishers aren't smart. Like they want the quick buck over the critically acclaimed people buying this game type thing, because they know that it takes like, even if you make an amazing like Star Wars title, it's gonna take 3 to 4 years to make another one, and they're like, but how can we get continuous money quickly? Like, I don't know if we're ever gonna get to a point where like they just make quality titles where we're not getting absolutely reamed for our money. You know, like it would be nice. It would be nice if they were just like, yo, every game that we're gonna drop from here on out isn't gonna have some stupid monetization model, but companies are like they're game, like I don't even want to blame any game in particular. Like I don't want to be like Fortnite and their
Yeah,
battle pass system ruined gaming, because like at the end of the day, they weren't the first ones to do battle pass, and even if they weren't the first ones, somebody else would have. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not something that we would we're gonna be able to we would have been able to avoid.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. But part of me does think that it will have a knock on. I feel like, again, the single player wave has already had a knock on effect to a certain extent. You see EA starting to trust single player titles a lot more over the past, 3-4 years.
Yes.
I feel like we'll hit this level of balance to where we'll have the live service games, because again, we talked about PlayStation 1 to implement more live service stuff as well, but hitting different genres and different varying sizes of games experiences. So the live service wave is not going to stop. I agree with that as well. But I also think that the single player, you know what I'm saying, that experience in that lane where people want to hit maybe, again, a more insular experience without the battle pass, without all that stuff, because they see how that those games are more received, you know what I'm saying, how these games are well received than others in this space. I feel like it'll be like a steadier balance over the next like 4 to 5 years, to where we'll see, you know, both live service things, which, you know, I will promptly avoid, and more single player experiences where I will probably tap into. So I feel like it's going to be a lot more balanced than it has been in years past.
For sure. And I could see, and I really hope that you're correct, because I think that is something that is needed.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just see.
Yeah. You know, we gonna see about that. You gonna see about that. Impromptu topic, man. Intro that off the cuff too. Rate this 5 stars. I swear down, bro. Rate it 5 stars. You listen, man. We doing it, man. We doing it. You seeing Neo get his powers in real time. Why wouldn't you rate this 5 stars and get tapped in with the major? Actually, let me not say that, because I sound like Andrew Tate. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. This
Not that kind of podcast.
Yeah, this is not that kind of podcast, guys. It's not that one. It's not that one. All right. All right, moving on here. Sony and PlayStation have officially launched the new PlayStation esports channel on YouTube. So after a purchase of Evo a few months back, it looks like they're pretty much ready to kickstart their reign in the esports scene in terms of broadcasting coverage. So thoughts on all this?
Makes sense. They already do a lot of like fighting game stuff on their regular PlayStation channel. Like it makes sense that they just made a new channel. Shout outs to them. Hopefully this will like bring more eyes onto FGC esports, and you know, it'll be better for the community.
Yeah. Lord knows some of them need it at a time like this.
Yeah, Lord knows some of them need that money.
Oh man. Oh, bottom feeders, man. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, I will say this. It's really is good that some company, you know, some major developer or you know, platform holder is taking more interest and more vested, I guess, open broadcasting and open, I guess, door policy to esports in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a Nintendo situation where they would actively shut it down unless you have these strict guidelines, where I feel like PlayStation might be a little bit more open and diverse with how they approach, you know, esports stuff. And of course, they're a huge network, so I mean, they're gonna get major coverage to a lot of different things. So so far I think this is really positive stuff. You know what I'm saying? The unfortunate thing would just be, again, like certain things might be getting left off of Evo because it's Xbox focused or whatever, and there might be a little bit of scrutiny in that in that approach. But you know, overall I think it's a positive. Overall I think it's a positive. All right, pushing forward here. We got the official pricing for the Asus ROG Ally, that mobile handheld joint. And it's set for $599 for the base version and $699 for the AMD Z1 Extreme version, with both editions coming with 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for free. Thoughts on all of this?
Day one.
You copping day one?
Hell no.
So what you saying day one?
Because it's not made for people like me.
Oh
no, that's true. I don't know who it's real to me personally. I don't.
Price range is justifiable for the people that they're marketing this towards.
Yeah, I think this is like cool, but I don't. So like, I also agree with King. This isn't for me, just because like if I'm gonna drop $700, I'm gonna drop $700 on. I don't know, but it's not gonna be on a handheld on basically a souped up Switch. I like the concept, and I think there are people who are gonna get a lot of benefit out of this, and I'm happy that there's more people like jumping into this market because then that makes the Steam Deck have to like perform. Like you have to, your more competition makes it better for the market. So I'm happy that we're seeing some competition. But yeah, unless they want to send us a couple of these bad boys to test out, I
Hey
don't know if I'll be
man,
tapping in.
hey, listen, Rog, listen. I'm just saying they talking down on your name. Nobody believes in you, but we could believe in you if you send some product through. You know what I'm saying? We'll be the judge. You know, I just want to put that out there. Just want to put that out there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm purporting here. You know, but yeah, I can see that as well. But you know what? I think this was a better price range than I was thinking. I thought they were going to be like $100 up from this on both of their versions. And again, the extreme version is out now, and then the lesser version is going to be out later this year. But
it's going to be like 200 up.
Yeah,
off what they said. So
again,
they was cheeky with it. They said under 1,000.
Yeah, that was a wide ass berth. I'm like, what you mean under 1,000? There's a lot of numbers under 1,000, dog. What are you talking about?
999 is under 1,000.
Yeah, like, what is that supposed to mean? But I think this is pretty competitively priced if you're in the market for, again, an upper range, higher performance handheld like that. And again, with the Xbox support, I feel like it does open up a lot more room for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely capable. Again, if you're in the market for this, I think this is a viable option. I know for me, I'm still preferring the Steam Deck because it's proven to have that mod support as well, with a lot of different emulators and all stuff like that, the configurability, and just Steam's infrastructure and their UI. I'm just familiar with and used to, so I'm kind of having that slight edge to the Steam Deck. But again, for people looking in this direction, this is actually pretty viable, and it has the backing of Microsoft. So there might be something to it to where it would stay longer than I think people might be giving credit, might not be giving it credit for. So it's interesting, but decent. Might not be my cup of tea, but decent.
Motherfucker's gonna be like, yo, watch me play Flight Simulator on my Z1 Extreme.
I'm about to say that shit gonna be a thermite grenade. that joint might be that joint might turn to some thermite. Might break a door down if you throw it at it, son. That's insane. Like, I'm about to say Flight Simulator, some insane shit. All right, but moving on here. It seems that Amazon is teaming up with the Embracer Group, and namely gearing up to tackle the Lord of the Rings property to create an MMO based in that universe. So thoughts on Amazon X Lord of the Rings?
Amazon loves MMOs.
I like it like a mug, bro.
Bro, I don't even care. When that New World dropped, bro, I was in there.
Yeah, are you in there now?
I need it. No, that's what I'm saying. They create the perfect experiences, bro. Like, they make you cheat on your main game so bad that you just never touch the game again.
It's crazy. And New World, honestly, New World wasn't that bad. New World was solid.
Nah, New World, it was solid, bro. I wouldn't mind if they just gave me like a 1-2 month experience and then they just killed the game off. Fuck it, I'm not gonna put any money into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing though, is that like they keep making MMOs. MMOs aren't the opposite of a one-time experience. They want you to be locked in. But it's like, imagine if even if you were a big Jeff Bezos fan, how many MMOs do you have time for? Because I played Lost Ark, I played New World. You know how long it takes you to do things end game? It's absurd.
Insanely long. But it's crazy. At least for the MMO crowd though, I feel like, again, Amazon already has the experience of making a decent, a decent MMO world with New World. You know what I'm saying? You pair it with a good IP that people recognize, that could be a good recipe. If you know what I'm saying, looking from that standpoint, if you have enough, like that's ESO territory, honestly. When you look at it, if you have a good infrastructure of what you want to do for the game and how you want to set up the systems in the world and all that stuff like that, and you just tack on all of the, the lore, all that good stuff, which Lord of the Rings has ridiculous levels of lore, like insane. You could do whatever, you could jump into a lot of different things. That could actually be a good combo for MMOs. I'm gonna be real. Like, I would love for Amazon to make something outside of an MMO. That's just me. but for the MMO sense, for the MMO space, this actually could be pretty solid.
We'll see.
The judging eyes, yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it.
I'm not holding my breath for Amazon to give this the support it needs.
Oh man, listen, I'm just saying, it could be a good combination. This actually could be an underrated partnership, but we'll find out in time. All right, so Steam is now offering full game trials, and it started off with Dead Space Remake having a 90-minute trial run. So how do you feel about this feature being added into the Steam, I guess, user-based interface system?
I'm happy with it. Like, I remember I played Mordhau, I think it was the game, the medieval game. And I bought that game with the intention of, like, I got basically an hour to know if I like this game or not before Steam won't let me return it. So, like, that's kind of how I played that game for an hour, made the decision I didn't like it, and kept it moving. I think that this is really good for games, especially games with no demos, because when you miss a game's beta these days, it sucks, bro. Because you're like, I have no idea if I'm gonna buy this now because I'm not gonna buy it for no reason. Like, I didn't get to play it. But I definitely think that this is good for the consumer. So, because I know a lot of companies just aren't making demos anymore. And it sucks, but it is what it is. So being able to try a game for an hour and a half, I think it's a solid idea. I'm happy that they're doing this.
Yeah. Yes.
Hold on. Steam, regarding the Steam trials, I feel like so many people were just abusing the 2-hour refund.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to get to. I was like, yeah, there's no way these mans were like, yo, people keep playing these games for like an hour and keep returning the money. We see it go in and out and in and out and in and out. We're tired of this.
It's like, that must have been so annoying. They were just like, all right, cool. Like, we just got to do trials, so this whole process we don't have to do anymore.
Nature is healing by you know what I'm saying, by calm resolution or by force. Nature is healing. The fact that we get game demos back for an extended amount, that's wonderful. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? It only took the slight ignorance of all these folks thinking that people weren't gonna, you know what I'm saying, ask for their money back almost immediately after playing like 2 hours of a game. So, hey, hands are up. But this is a win for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We get demos off rip. You guys don't get some annoying stuff in your back end of invoices. So good luck. It's good stuff. Alrighty then, moving on here into some interesting news. I feel like this is where we're starting to ramp up. It looks like Ed Boon finally got the reveal time out for what's next with Mortal Kombat, and we'll hear more about it tomorrow, May 18th at 9 a.m. Eastern. So thoughts on the latest teaser of a teaser for tomorrow's gameplay reveal of Mortal Kombat?
Man, if tomorrow they just release a CGI trailer and they say more info coming soon, I think I'm gonna block Ed Boon on Twitter because I honestly am sick and tired of this man wasting my time on the TL. I'm tired of everybody being hyped for this game and just being okay with this man just straight up teasing you. Like, these Mortal Kombat fans are being edged in real time on the timeline because this man Ed Boon's like, oh, what's gonna happen tomorrow? And it's like, oh, are we gonna get another Mortal Kombat game? It might not even be a Mortal Kombat game. It's like, who's marketing? Is it just Ed Boon? Did he fire marketing and just decide to do it himself because he has a big Twitter following? I'm pretty pissed. I am at a net negative interest in Mortal Kombat because of this rollout. Like, I'm actually I'm less likely to play Mortal Kombat because of how annoying this rollout is. And you better hope that tomorrow is some gas, bro, because if not, I'm hating in full force, bro.
Oh man.
Listen, hey. But would you be really mad if, like, you know what I'm saying, he just showed the CGI and it was just Cole from the movie fighting? Would you be mad?
Bro, I'd be pissed. And the thing that's annoying about it is that, like, this is not the time to fuck around, Mr. Boon. Like, Tekken is out here. Street Fighter is out here. Like, bro, we have game companies out here. Do not play with us because there are other options, bro. It's like you're playing hard to get on Tinder. I don't need to be here, bro. I can keep it pushing. Like, come on now. Give me the meat and potatoes. Catch my interest. Don't sit here and act like I don't got other things to play. I promise you. Like Street Fighter just announced $2 million in cash prizes, my guy. You think I'm really gonna be sitting around here waiting for you to tweet something out? Man, if you don't get off my timeline and stop wasting my time.
Listen.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Mr. Boone. You got trouble, bro. You better hurry up. You better hurry up. You better hurry up, dog. Oh man, that's too funny. That's too funny, bro. You love to see it. I love these kinds of topics. Anyways, there was a slew of new info that came around about Naruto Ninja Storm connections, and most notably the introduction of a simple control mode that basically enables you to create combos and use specials by repeatedly mashing a single button. So thoughts on this new mechanic?
Oh man, it's so funny because like I remember when I first played I didn't play the Naruto Storm games until way later. And I remember sitting here like, I literally said verbatim, oh, you do combos by just pressing one button. And seeing this is like, it's so funny. But of course, I'm actually here for it because like I can imagine like either like a little kid who's watching Naruto with their dad or whatever and being like, yo, I want to play Ninja Storm. Like, yeah, sure, let them mash. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think this game is ever going to be taken seriously to the point where it's like competitive. And even if it is, I don't see the people being like, yeah, we're definitely going to allow the simple button presses to be like standard gameplay. I think it's fine. I don't know why they decided that this is something that needs to be shown off because like what people want to know is what are they adding to these games? Like what's making this new iteration more so valuable? Simple button pressing is not going to get the people who already own these games on Steam to buy this new version of this, you know? So like cool for them, but sure. Like I'm cool with baby mode. I'm fine with that.
Hey, you know what? You know what really gets the juices flowing? You know what I'm saying? In the heat of battle. You want to know what gets, you know what I'm saying, the wheels greased? I'll tell you that. I'll show you right here. You feeling that? You feeling that? You feeling the pressure?
Take that, Madara.
Had to pause real quick. Hand was cramping. What is that, bro? Listen, I'm not even the most adept fighting game person. I'm not good. I'm not good at fighting games by nature. This is not my bag, bro. I'm trying to learn, but it's not my bag. I don't want to do that, bro. I've done enough of that in my adolescence, man. I've struggled enough in my life. I want to actually learn something, have some substance, man. Why would you listen? If you come out and say like, yo, this is specifically for kids that just don't know how to do all the combos, you know what I'm saying? Some of them can do it, which is insane because it's probably like a 3-year-old or something like that, or maybe some random infant with an umbilical cord still attached that can do like a crazy 80 combo. So,
bro, they need to add age verification because if I see anybody, and I mean anybody over the age of 10 using this shit, it's crazy.
Listen, you know damn well. Listen, you're gonna be right in rank, just square. Move left analog stick, square. It's you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
That's like the thing is like for me personally, like, and that's why I'm like not super upset about it. Cause me, man, if you think I'm playing this game ranked, you're crazy. Like I'm not. I don't even know what a ranked on a game like this looks like. I have no interest in finding out.
Nah, it looks crazy. I can't lie.
I'm good. I'm very good. And the thing is like Naruto's combat is really just like it's literally like square. I press Y now. Like that's really kind of what it comes down to. And then pressing like hold RT and then press square to do a Rasengan. Like it's not hard. So like when they were like, yo, we need simpler things. I'm like, yo, this gotta be for like my little nephew wants to play with me. Like that's the only thing I can see.
Yeah,
really they don't allow simple controls in ranked.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I also can't even. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't even imagine ranked in this game. But hey, that's another topic for another day.
Nah.
Whoa.
I've seen some heat combos in ranked. I know some people that play. I'm just like, okay.
No, yeah, I think there's some sick combos. But like when you look at like combos like that, and then like I play something like Street Fighter. Like
Oh,
what
fact.
what are we doing here? Like one will look way flashier for sure. They're gonna have flashier combos, but like when it comes down to like actual execution, I can't imagine it's super difficult. But of course, I will be copping the game. So and I do like combo crafting, so I will be playing it. I'll let y'all know. I'll if I find out that this game is actually crazy hard to do combos in, I'll eat my words.
Fair play. But yeah, while you're doing all that, as soon as I download the game, you know what time. That's what we on, baby. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, moving on here. Sega has indicated that this week they could basically start to charge $70 for all their published games in the near future. Yeah, they basically were, in an article recently saying they're keeping their eye on market conditions as things progress. But thoughts on Sega eyeing up a $70 price jump?
This is probably gonna come later down the line in the podcast, but I'm just gonna say it now. I'm not paying $70 for a Switch game. Like that's just not happening. Like I don't think there's like when we were told, yo, games are going up. They said games are going up because it's expensive to make the game. Heard you. Like it's expensive to get the 4K textures, to run games at 64K. Like we get it. All right. Yeah, that's what y'all told me. That's what I was told. That's why I bought God of War for 70. Like that's what I understand. Like that's what was justified or whatever. If I find out you're gonna make Sonic Frontiers 2 and it's gonna run on the Switch buttery smooth and you're gonna charge me $70 for it, I'm not paying that. I'm sorry. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just level of justification, man. Again, if you don't want to pay the $5, you ain't got to pay the $5. That's on you.
Yeah.
But like, what's their Sega? You know what I'm saying? Like, unless your joint is gonna be like the most like 4K, 8K shit I've ever seen in my life, I don't know if I'm fully justified in paying that 70, bro. Like, I'm already halfway. Like, I was like twinging at paying 60 for Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody's gonna eventually try and make that price jump and justify it, but who really has the grounding to do it based on the stuff that they put out? It's a little bit up for debate. It's a little bit more up in the air than I would like to, you know what I'm saying? Than people let on, I would say. All right, pushing on here. It looks like the team behind the Battle Royale, Blood Hunt, has confirmed that it will be cutting development for the game after about a year out in the world. They will be implementing a bunch of new ways to keep the servers and progression achievable and available for players still in the system, but they're closing the shop on development and it's about wraps for Blood Hunt. So thoughts on all of this?
Oh man, who could have seen this coming? Oh no, the Battle Royale game is going offline.
You think it's a
Say
dickhead?
it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
Y'all are
Yeah.
dicks.
Listen,
I think we should just do like a black and white montage of Blood Hunt as he says that.
like, I just don't like. Who was sitting here like, yes, the Fortnite killer? Like, nah, bro. Like, I liked it. I had a lot of fun with the game. But man, are we done yet? Can we fully accept the fact that we're not gonna get another Fortnite? We're not getting another Apex? Like, even Apex is a little rough right now. Like, come on, bros. Like, I know. It's like Fortnite makes a lot of money, an absurd amount of money. So much money that you would think to themselves, like, man, like, what's going on over here? Is there money laundering going on? But at the end of the day, man, nothing is going to make the Fortnite bucks because Fortnite has not stopped making like good moves. So if they're not going to stop making good moves, what do you think? You think you're going to be able to outpace them? Their employees are crunched consistently and they are consistently getting brand deals. It's impossible to catch up to them. Let's focus on something else, man. You know what would have been sick? Blood Hunt gameplay on like a single player game or something, bro. I don't know. Anything else. Not another Battle Royale.
Hey, I'm not gonna sit here in front like I didn't have fun on this game. I did. We all did to a certain extent. It's actually a pretty fun game. Not gonna lie to you.
It is.
Had some good moments. Even played MNK on that. Even played MNK. Me playing MNK right now, it's a myth. But they got me to play MNK on that damn game. They did. But at the end of the day, you got to realize You're a very, very up and coming fish in a very, very orca dominated water space, to put it that way. You got 2 big killer whales around you that know what's happening, and I don't think this is just enough, food for you to get to. I don't think there's enough for you in there. I'm gonna be real. Like, it's just tough. You have a good experience, but you can't break that threshold. And then again, they said it in their statement. They said we just didn't hit enough critical mass in our community to sustain our further development. There's just certain juggernauts you can't beat, man. Certain juggernauts you can't beat. And in Battle Royale, the space is so saturated that you barely can get over the first hurdle before you're out of the door. Look at how many Battle Royales have died in the past 4 months. At the end of the year, we're gonna, as a matter of fact, no, we're gonna do that, bro. So, hey, if y'all take this, y'all bums, and y'all don't wash your ass. But I'm dead ass. At the end of the year, we're gonna sit down and do an in memoriam for Battle Royales. And we're gonna sit there and do the Faith Hill music. Every step you take, every move you, yeah, definitely. We're gonna put it in a different key. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it in. We'll do our thing, and we're just gonna flash the screen on every Battle Royale that has just went out of service, got canceled, did all that different stuff. Because we got 8 of them so far this year. It's only May. You know what I'm saying? Over the past 12 months, bro. If I say spell break, somebody might gasp. That's 10 miles away. That just kind of heard the name uttered. You know what I'm saying? Battle Royale is not sustainable because it's so hard to break into. Unless you're already an established name in that sense, or you have some type of crazy innovation to that genre, you're not making it. You're not making it. You know what I'm saying? It's such a very, very thin margin for error, especially in there. Just make something different. Just make something different.
And don't act like we don't see you Tarkov ripoff either. You guys are next up. Chill out. Chill out.
Facts. Your time's coming, buddy. Your time's coming.
You're not low.
Facts. I was about to say, but shout out to Blood Hunt though. Pretty solid game, but tough to see it go out like this. But the game is the game, man. The game is the game.
Wait, this game just got hyperscaped.
Yeah. Another one.
Damn.
Hyperscape might have been one of the first ones, one of the big, wow, this came out this year and is gone this year.
Bro, yeah, Hyperscape.
And nobody learned from that.
And the craziest thing about Hyperscape is they did that off one update. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was off one update. They ruined everything, and everybody's like, yeah, nah, I'm off this. And it just disappeared. Dust. Ghost town within seconds. I was like, bro, that's wild. And they just all started dropping like flies, man. Insane. Those who do not see history and understand it are doomed to repeat it. Unfortunate stuff. And speaking of history, baby, the historic console telenovela never ends, baby, because another huge twist in the tale has been told. The European Union, the EU, have officially approved the Microsoft Activision merger in their territories, with a significant caveat to the deal be that Microsoft will drop Activision Blizzard games on competing cloud platforms automatically. And of course, the UK CMA, who denied that claim and basically, disproved of the Activision deal, provided some comment on the EU's choices. But we now have a big hurdle cleared in the completion of this deal, and it's seemingly back on more than before. So thoughts on all of this?
I'm actually pretty happy about it. Mostly because I'm really mad at Sony right now. So Xbox, I'm happy to see you guys take some dubs.
We'll get to the reasoning later.
Team Phil.
Let's go, Phil.
Team Phil. Phil.
Let's go, Phil.
Now the EU saw that podcast with the Xgamecast, and they were like, yeah, the Xcast, and they were like, nah, we can't do this to the boy, man.
He needs a break.
Give the guy a break. We have to. Let's just give it to him.
So I will say this though, speaking seriously, it is funny though how, again, I'm not gonna point fingers or say this bias here or there, but I will say there is a valid reason why cloud gaming is a contentious topic, and it seems to be the only frontier left for an argument to be had on this matter before things get closed up. I get it, but the EU decided that you guys can just make sure, you sign an agreement to change your behavior and make sure everything is on competing platforms so we have equal access across cloud platforms. And basically the UKCMA just saw what that response was, and they was like, nah, they're still gonna cheat. Nah, we disagree, guys, but we respect how you guys feel. Cool, but we just disagree. I'm not a hater, but all I'm saying is I just see some hating energy when I feel it. I feel it. The UKCMA hating. They like, yo, I get it, and there is grounds for it, but even with the caveat that the EU provided, and they provided, like, again, there's valid reasoning. Like, listen, as long as you follow this guideline and make sure your stuff is equally available everywhere, you know what I'm saying, for, I'm assuming in perpetuity as new ones pop up, then we're square. But damn, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, the UK looking kind of crazy. Care to comment, King?
No.
Not at all.
What the fuck are we even talking about right now?
Listen, man. Listen, your home principality is trying to stop Phil Spencer from being great. That's what's happening. That's what we're talking about.
This is not my home.
I'm
a registered entity, and that is it.
Man said registered entity, though. You know, you tweaking, bro. This man said, nah, I don't even know what this is, bro. I don't even know what this is, man. You don't rock with the king, man?
God save.
I was gonna say, you guys just got a new one.
In fact, I thought you was in the building, bro, for the coronation and stuff. I thought you was there.
Honestly, I didn't even turn on TV that day.
Man, it was in the cut, bro. But again, all I'm saying is, if you can see the clear remedies that the EU have provided to the situation, that they've said, again, the free license across all these platforms, we can, again, open up the borders, you know what I'm saying? There's no competition or competitive edge that Xbox gets off their own cloud platform. All that stuff opens up. The competitors can come in, and it's basically just free use, you know what I'm saying? It's open season across the board. I don't know how the reasoning of the UKCMA can stand anymore as that gets appealed. I don't know how that can stand when there's obviously the valid reasoning of how this thing should go through. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying there is valid reasoning that does technically trump that point that the UKCMA made. So I'm like, how does everything look? The optics are insane right now. That's all I'm saying. The optics are insane. I don't know. All I know is we still gonna get Game Pass at the same adjusted price of like staying there forever, because that would be nice.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick. Can we? Is that still on the table? Please.
Facts. We can. Yeah, I would take it. As long as we keep that in the deal, I'm not mad at it. That's all I'm saying. Interesting times, man. This shit's never gonna end. It's not gonna end till next year, bro. It's not gonna end till next year. This shit's gonna be so annoying. Oh my gosh. I just want them to hurry up and make some good games, please. Let's hurry on with it. Damn, y'all caught me. My bad. All right, moving on here. There's a rumor going around, guys. There's a rumor swirling around that there's a game brewing between Square Enix and Disney entitled Disney Domination, which is said to be an apparent Smash-inspired party brawler type game. So, I mean, how are we feeling about the concept of Disney Domination?
Concept is cool. Have you ever seen a Square Enix fighting game? And don't say the Dissidia game that nobody heard about but you.
Wow. Fuck you, buddy. I can't say I have.
That's why I'm not excited.
Listen, this is crazy. Is this another multiverse situation? Damn it. And this is crazy.
I think it might be worse.
It's definitely, I was going to say it's definitely worse, because Player First Games is a really good developer from what I've seen. Their track record is actually solid with how they handled the whole lead up. You know what I'm saying? Even with them temporarily shutting down the game, they handled it pretty well. So this is cool, but Square Enix handling this, I don't know for sure. And I got love for Square Enix. They made my favorite game series of all time, but fighting game, a party brawler inspired type situation, I don't know. Now, does Disney have the catalog to do this? Absolutely. Disney would have they would have an insane catalog. They have damn near everything. They got what? They got Transformers. They got the whole Marvel squad. They got like too many people. It's too many properties.
Yeah.
It's literally.
It'd be sick.
but the gameplay.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. I think it's a great idea. The idea is amazing, but I've seen a lot of good ideas get ruined. So
tell you that. It's just damn. I just wish that we would have some, you know what I'm saying, like real patience with this, but knowing how things usually go, something's bound to happen. Something's bound to go wrong. So unfortunate, but I'm still kind of interested in Disney domination. I'm wondering if stuff would actually materialize with that. I'm intrigued. You have my interest. All right, pushing on here, guys. The PlayStation Showcase that we've been talking about for time has officially been confirmed for May 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. British Standard Time, with about an hour of show time to run through, a focus of PS5/PSVR 2 games, an expectation of several new creations from PlayStation Studios, and of course games from third-party partners and indies. So thoughts on this and your expectations?
An hour.
I hate it. I'm so fucking livid. You have no idea. I've been waiting for this for so long, and I was excited. I really cannot express how much I wanted to watch this. And the 1 week out of the 2 weeks in this whole year that I'm not available is when they decide to do it. Sony, count your fucking days.
So I will be here. And I'll take it. I'm gonna take a gander at the show. You know what I'm saying? I'll check it out. See what's going on with it. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive content on the No Cooldown, youtube.com/@NoCooldown. Gosh, cough. It's crazy. But to look at what we're seeing here, I think this lines up with what we were talking about beforehand. I think we're 90% chance we'll see Spider-Man 2. With the Mortal Kombat stuff, I think there's a good chance we'll see Mortal Kombat stuff as well. Of course, we'll see probably one last quick trailer of Final Fantasy 16, but that doesn't matter because we've seen all the gameplay we need to on that. Wolverine, I think there's probably like a good 60-40 chance we'll see Wolverine uptrending for that. Some new series, probably a reveal of the latest thing from Naughty Dog. Factions multiplayer needs to be there for my sake, please. And yeah, just wow us. The last time we had a showcase, they blew it out the park. I expect, you know what I'm saying, blockbuster, upper B+, A minus, A+ territory from these types of shows. And this is kind of a crazy thing. They can shut the whole summer down before it even begins type of situation. So I'm interested to see what they pull out the bag. And I hope it's half of the stuff that we've been predicting. I'm about to say, King, how you feel about it?
I honestly have zero expectations for PlayStation. It can go so many different ways. I'm just excited that there actually is one. I look forward to just seeing what they have to offer.
Yeah, no, I hear it, bro. It's like Sony got the juice, and they can just they can do damn near whatever on the games front, and they can talk about whatever, and then people are gonna eat it up. So it's like, I just want them to again do what they have been doing since the start of these showcases. Just blow it out the water. Drop a whole nuke on the whole games industry with the stuff that you're about to put out, and see the aftermath. That's literally it. That's all I need. And we'll we'll voice note what we're hearing from to Wen while he's in DR. So shout out to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of service, and I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be in a hot, humid environment, angry, just yelling at my phone in English, and everybody's gonna be like, "What is he saying?" in Spanish.
Oh man, the next podcast after that week is going to be hilarious because I know oh man, that's funny. Oh my goodness. And especially if anything Metal Gear Solid gets revealed. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's gonna be so annoying is that, like, I know a lot of people who watch this are gonna be happy that, like, they're gonna be like, oh man, Wen's gonna love this, but they're gonna be laughing because they know that I damn well I'm not gonna be seeing it until super late.
Oh man, yo, listen, that Fallout episode is gonna be fantastic. I just want to let you know right now, it's gonna be fantastic. Whatever happens, it's gonna be great. I'm here for you. That's all I'm saying. Crazy times, crazy times. All right, moving on to the next story here. In a hilarious update, thanks to Wen for plugging all this stuff, we have now learned Overwatch 2, their PvE story-driven multiplayer hero mode has been canceled. Tamor Hussein sat down with the Overwatch 2 game director Aaron Keller and executive producer Jared Noose to understand the situation more, but their grand plan has fallen, with only the odd story mission mode to kind of, that's tied to a seasonal drop, in this case only Season 6 for now, being present. But PvE is dead. Overwatch's hero mode is no more. Thoughts on this?
Nobody cares.
No, I fucking care. No, fuck that. What is this?
Yeah.
What was the point?
Yeah,
What the fuck was the point?
That explains it.
No, it doesn't explain it, King. Well, explain to me what the fuck these fucks over at Blizzard were doing for 2 fucking years outside of being horrible employers. I don't understand what the fuck is going on right now. So you're telling me that these people are scrapping the main reason they decided to put a 2 in front of that fucking game? What? And to do what? So we can have like little PvP events, in between seasons that show story. You know what game has done that? Overwatch 1. They basically just said, hey, we're going to just do exactly what the fuck we were doing with the first game, but now you're going to only be able to play with 5 people. What? Why? Bro, man, fuck Blizzard. It's always been fuck Blizzard, but now it's exclusively fuck Blizzard. I can't even understand. Like, what are you guys even doing over there? This is, I feel like, you know how, like, there's always that one guy at work who you're like, I don't know what the fuck he does, man, but, like, I guess he works because, like, nobody's fired him yet. That's all Blizzard has done for the past 2 years. It's just, they fired everybody who does work and kept the motherfuckers who are just bullshitting. And now that everybody's bullshitting, they're like, oh, man, who's going to do the work? Nobody is, because nobody's fucking doing a fucking thing at that dumbass company.
King, your comment?
I'm so sorry that you had faith and belief.
Yeah, and you know what? It will never happen again. It will absolutely never happen again.
I'm sorry that they tricked you into being a believer.
Yeah, you know what? I cannot wait to see the downfall. That's why I'm okay with Xbox buying Activision Blizzard for $1 billion, because they're literally gonna get $1 billion of nothing. It's gonna be like, yeah, dude, we just been copy and pasting shit around and hoping they wouldn't notice. Can you guys help us? And Phil's gonna sit there like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, what? Why did we even pay for this? At this point, if they would have announced that, if I was Phil, bro, if I was fucking Phil, I'd have been like, yo, you know what? UK, you got it. I don't even I don't even want to touch this shit no more. You got it. These motherfuckers are cutting the PvE thing, the shit that they said that they were gonna cancel. They stopped making content for Overwatch 1 to focus on Overwatch 2 and the PvE content. Like, that is crazy to say that. That's like me telling you, yo, I know you ordered the steak. It's gonna take a little bit longer to come out because I'm gonna make you a fucking crazy 12-course meal. And you're like, oh shit, bro. Man, I can hold off on not eating some steak for like a 12-course meal. And then the chef comes out and he hands you a whacker steak than you thought you were getting. He's like, yeah, bro, I was back there for like 3-4 hours working on some shit, but I decided, man, fuck it. You're not really gonna like it anyways. It's like, what the fuck, bro? I'm starving. The community is starving. Fuck y'all, bro. You guys are so unserious.
That's so fucking dead.
I hope everybody at fucking Activision Blizzard, bro, every single person at the company gets a flat tire except for the fucking janitors, bro. I want everybody to fucking be in pain, and I want motherfuckers to for their transmission to drop out, and then the mechanic be like, "Oh, well, I got a transmission in the back," and they're like, "Oh, sick, yo, slap that bitch in," and they're like, "Actually, bro, I was gonna give you a new transmission, but I figured I'm gonna just leave the one that you got in there already in there, bro.
That's
like, I might as well just do that.
That's
it's the same thing, no?
That's crazy." So to backtrack a little bit, I guess, King, why did you not care about this news? You just wasn't worth it?
There's a lot of games that I've seen say PvE like they're gonna add a PvP element to the PvP game or vice versa. You know, you can flip it around or whatever. And it's generally just horse shit. So I just wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. The funniest thing about this, man, is just the amount of fanfare that went into just the hype and build up for Overwatch 2 when everybody else was claiming no, it's Overwatch, you know, it's Overwatch 1.5, it's 1.5, 1.5.
Bro,
Nah.
That was my reasoning. Like from the time that the Overwatch community is not even happy with their update, I was like, all right, you guys surely are done now. Surely you don't care anymore.
Bro.
Nah, bro. This was my final straw. This is my fucking
13th
yo, bro. This is exactly the what I needed to hear to stop fucking caring about this game. Like this right here was it. This was it. I'm done. I'm actually done playing Overwatch. I don't give a fuck about this shit anymore. Because every time you jumped on this game, the copium that you fucking huffed had the words on the outside of it saying, "Don't worry, PvE coming soon." Like that's why every time I walked into this bullshit ass fuck ass game, and I'm like, this bullshit fuck ass game is gonna be better because I'm gonna be able to play a cool story mode with the fucking world and universe that I fucking loved. The reason I played Overwatch was the universe. I didn't play this shit because I want to fucking be a stupid ass. Like I didn't look at Tracer and be like, oh man, I can't wait to be mechanically sound and shit. I fucked with this game because the big ass fucking gorilla was cool as fuck, and I wanted to be friends with the motherfucker. So I was hype as shit to be like, yo, I'm gonna be able to play as a big ass gorilla, and he's gonna have voice lines. We're gonna have big ass fucking cinematic moments. Nah, instead I'm gonna get some bum ass fucking PvE modes where it's gonna be survival, like survive some robots that are walking at you. Man, Blizzard, eat a dick. Fuck ass company.
yo, man, I'm crying. I'm actually crying, son.
We need to give him an anger translator,
bro.
That's Tripp. That's gonna be Tripp's job.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing too hard. I can translate for him, but I'm laughing too hard right now. It's just too funny, bro. It's too funny, son. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. I remember playing that Overwatch 1 beta. I remember playing that. I had a decent time too. And then something in me was just like, don't play this game again. And I didn't. And you know what? I was right in the long run. I was right. My choice was justified. I don't think that happens too often for me. I was justified, man. Cause all the pain that I'm seeing y'all go through in the Overwatch community for the grandiose promises of an entirely different mode that would, again, it would justify the existence of an entire sequel, quote unquote sequel, and it didn't happen. And then you just get the same game with one less player and maybe a couple new heroes. So the same game, but with one less person on a map. That's insane, bro. Y'all lost, and that's tough. That's tough to take, bro. Blizzard, you done, son. You done, son. Oh man, that's so gonna be a solo video. That's so gonna be a solo one. Oh man, moving on here. Let's give Wen a breather here for a quick second. Let's get to more positive, say uplifting type news. In the trailer trope, actually, of course, is a section where we're watchable media like TV and anime and all that good stuff like that. But it's time again for Ethan Hunt, aka the Super Saiyan Scientologist Tom Cruise, to get back into the game with the new Mission Impossible film entitled Dead Reckoning Part 1. What did you guys make of the trailer?
I think we discussed it a little bit before we started. We really enjoyed the Mission Impossible films.
Facts.
But I couldn't tell you why.
Bro, I don't
Does
know.
that make sense? Like they're really good films, but there's no like definitive like, oh, this is why these films are so good.
It's just
Because it's like the impressive thing about it is that he does all his own stunts, right?
Yeah.
But that's always going to be impressive. That's never going to take away
from the rest of the
film.
actual movie. Like
I'm still trying to piece it together. Like,
it's
what
just
is
solid
it about these Mission Impossible films that's so good? Like,
bro.
Because think about how far they are in the franchise, right?
Facts. This is like the 8th movie, 9th movie.
Yes, I think that's another reason why I find it hard to comprehend that like they've managed to boss it so many times.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, yeah, like they're in terms of, you know what I'm saying, like the iterations and stuff, like they're in Fast and Furious territory, which we'll get to a little bit later. But like in terms of like, yo, they've done like movies across like the late 90s, early 2000s, and they've stretched across this entire span for damn near 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And all the movies are solid. I don't have any problems too much with, like, you know what I'm saying, like they're just solid action movies. I can't even lie. They got Ving Rhames in there. They got a nice amount of charm, action. They're just well balanced. They're actually it's a really well balanced franchise. I'm not gonna lie. And it's like, and I feel like it's not too overbearing to where it's like it comes out every single year. I think there maybe was a period where like it maybe came out like there was 2 times back to back. It came out in like a year. There's 2 different films that came back in like back to back years. But otherwise, they're spread out pretty evenly. If I look at the series, you know what I'm saying? 1996, 2000, 2006, 2011, 2015, 2018, 2023. They're all spread out by 3 years or more. That's actually a really good like spread. That's actually insane. They're just good movies. They're just good movies, guys. I'm sorry. Get over it. Listen. And again, I've said this before. Tom Cruise is now the best celebrity stunt person in, you know what I'm saying, like in the history of Hollywood. He does it. Scientology fuels him. I don't know what it is, but this man just does stuff everybody wouldn't. Jackie Chan not doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? Jackie Chan, I tip my cap to him and his acumen in stunt work, but I'm sorry. You're not putting thick contacts with a whole like stick sticking out of them on top of your eyes, and then you're not hanging onto the side of like an AC-130 as it takes off in the sky. You're not doing that. You're not halo jumping. You're not learning how to literally halo jump from military people. You're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Tom Cruise is a different beast, and that just makes that you're not breathing underwater actually for like 7 minutes, son.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's nuts.
Like, come on, man. He's different. Now I feel like everything just comes together in a pretty smooth way in these movies, and I just enjoy them. So, Mission Impossible, they always get the thumbs up for me. I'll be tapped in with this.
Yeah, man. Love it. Just stay safe, please.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Don't die for this.
Yeah, I know you got the super supreme audacity white man gene, but let's take it easy. Let's take it easy, guys. You know what I'm saying? We got Ving Rhames to keep him, you know what I'm saying, bring him back from the ledge. So we'll hopefully he's there for that. All right, pushing on here. After all the buzz from Nintendo movies and Nintendo properties just being on fire as of late, the Tears of the Kingdom creators have expressed interest in bringing Zelda to the big screen, but noted that, of course, the voice of the fans is the most important thing here. So, I mean, I guess what's the viability you guys are thinking about when it comes to Zelda and the movie format?
I mean, like the games are very cinematic, so like it wouldn't be too crazy. I don't know. I mean, I like it's one of the more approachable Nintendo IPs in my opinion for a movie.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I feel like you could pick out most of these most of the stories from, you know what I'm saying, most of the games, and you can plot out a pretty straightforward, you know what I'm saying, I guess adventure with it. You know what I'm saying? Link just random dude that wakes up, means I gotta find the princess, you know what I'm saying, gotta find the master sword, and then you gotta cook Ganon. Like, that's a pretty straightforward thing. Antagonist, you know what I'm saying, love interest or whatever the hell you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's enough there in the meat and potatoes of the games to be a pretty good narrative. And again, he doesn't have to talk. If you want to make him talk, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But he could be a silent protagonist, like, you know what I'm saying, like Puka or whatever, Geru, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. I think this is a really palatable franchise to actually be in the big screen. I would prefer it be animated. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's animated. Please make sure it's animated.
That's what I was gonna go with my point. I was gonna say, like, so like what kind of visual style do you go for? Because like, if you now decide to make a fucking, you know, film based off like the Wind Waker visuals, like, Link like a fucking idiot. So, which, like, what kind of visual style would you want?
Yeah,
from the Zelda movie.
Honestly,
it would have to be animated at that.
Yeah, the way
now it just depends on which way you go.
The way the last Puss in Boots looked, I think that would fit pretty well. I think that would actually be a good shout.
Yeah, that I can see.
Yeah.
You guys don't want a live action? You don't want Tom Holland playing as a?
Yo, if you don't stop with Tom Holland in these roles, man, if you don't stop doing this, oh my goodness.
We can have Mark Wahlberg as like Ganondorf.
Oh my nah. The combination of him and Tom Holland in a minch cap, that pisses me off. That image pisses me off. Nah, man, we can't do this. We can't do this, guys. We can't.
What about Ezra Miller?
Oh God.
Oh, okay, all right. We've
Give me the Triforce.
Oh my goodness. He said that. It said calling all units in Hyrule. We got some on the run. Hey yo, nah, we can't do.
Oh,
we can't do
that's
this.
so funny.
We've crossed the line. But a Zelda movie does sound pretty interesting. But just keep it animated. That's my final word. All right, pushing on here. We've got a first trailer that dropped for the Five Nights at Freddy's film, finally, which is set to release on October 27th in theaters and on Peacock. Had Josh Hutcherson in there, a couple notable faces, and of course, you know what I'm saying, the lovely animatronics that filled the store. So how are we feeling about this?
Holy shit, they got the guy from Bridge to Terabithia.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. I'm mad that was the first reference. I'm so mad that was the first reference.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. You know what? I don't even watch horror films. Like I just found them boring. But
me
I
too.
feel like horror films recently have had so much criticism from people that watch them. Am I the only one that's kind of picking up on that wave? Like,
overall, I feel like they've been pretty much burned at the stake, unless it's like kind of crazy, like Barbarian or The Black Phone. That's the two recent ones where I've seen pretty much across the board solid praise, but otherwise they've been getting chopped down at the kneecaps pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I don't know. I hope this one hits home. I honestly, from watching the trailer, I couldn't tell you if it will or won't, but you know, I hope the horror lovers have a win.
Yeah, so like one thing that I know when I was in film school or whatever you want to call it, the one thing that is known about horror films is that like their community is very adamant about watching them. Like they're if there's a horror film, they're gonna check it out. Like it's more likely that a horror film person will watch a horror film than it is somebody who's like, I love romantic comedies, will watch every romantic comedy kind of thing. So like they are very opinionated because like they actually watch these movies. So it's like I think it's pretty sick. So this movie in general though, I think it looks good. I mean, I don't really know because I don't watch horror movies, to be honest, at all. I don't like the idea of like watching something to be scared. It's not an emotion I really like invoking of myself. So will I watch this? Maybe if my girlfriend wants to watch it. I've watched I feel like a lot of people have been a part of like the Five Nights at Freddy's craze when like everybody was like trying to find the lore. I don't know if I'm the only one, but like I remember seeing like the Matt Pat videos of like what's going on. Never touched the game, never will touch the game, but I was like, damn, I kind of want to know what's going on in this world. So I think it's cool that it's kind of evolved into this like cult, like this phenomenon now.
Yeah, y'all be fronting. I don't watch them, you know what I'm saying, scary movies. I be scared. Like, what the fuck? Y'all bullshit, man. I don't be watching that because that shit be making me scared, nigga. That is my primary reasoning here. But to speak on this, actually looks better than I thought. Honestly, again, they got the dude from Bridge to Terabithia. You know what I'm saying? They got Peter. Shout out to Peter Mellark and whatever his name was in Hunger Games. But looks actually, again, a lot more decent than I thought it was gonna be. I think this would be a cool little watch. And I think it will definitely exceed sales expectations just because it's Five Nights at Freddy's and so many people will be. I guess they've been attached to that lore and they've been attached to that world over the past how many years? Lord knows how long it's been since that game first released. But yeah, I think this is something that will actually be a really solid hit coming out right around Halloween time. I think it'll do good. Will I watch it? Nah, not at first, unless it's broad daylight and I'm with like two people. But I think it's gonna be all right. All right, and moving down to the piece de resistance, the big build up, baby, to one of the most anticipated movies in cinema history, people. history. Fast X and the confirmation that the Fast and Furious, you know what I'm saying, the end to the franchise, basically, Fast X will be a 3-part finale trilogy. Thoughts on the trailer? Thoughts on the trilogy? What's happening?
I need that trilogy ASAP. I need that trilogy.
It's time,
I
baby.
need the cinemas to do what they did with Infinity War and Endgame. I need back-to-back streaming
Run
these
it.
3 films. And I need it in 4DX.
Facts.
Okay?
I actually want it to be more like a Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 kind of vibe. Like I want to be like happy at the end of this one, depressed at the end of the second one, and then like very, very like content with the last one. Like that would be my takeaway from this. I want it to be like that. I cannot express to you how much I love the whatchamacallit series. And I love it so much I forgot the name of it. I can't tell you how much I love the Fast and Furious series because like there are a lot of franchises that like have reboots or franchises that are like based on movies, based on Marvel shit, based on other things. This is one of like the few, and this is including this and Mission Impossible are like one of the few ones that it's like, hey, we are actually just movies. Like this is a movie thing. We didn't start out as anything else but movies.
Facts.
And I'm happy that this is still around. Like it's gonna suck when it's gone because now it's gonna be like, all right, well, what other book or Marvel property is getting made into a movie? Like this is like they took a chance and they kept this shit going. Has it been going on for a little bit too long? Yeah, but at the same time, we don't really get new shit anyways. So what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we're gonna get a brand new IP.
Yeah, let's slow down here. Too long. If we didn't go too long, we wouldn't have seen Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson redirect a Scud missile into a car.
Yeah, that was hard. People were like, "Oh, this
you
is
know what I'm saying?
That was hard.
I don't think it's long enough.
These 2 franchises, you know that video of Drake, and he's like, "Look at this, we created this.
We started this. Facts.
Like, these 2 franchises, Fast and Furious, like Mission Impossible, those are the trilogies I can just sit there and say that shit, bro. Like they really just stuck around,
bro. They could drop another one, and I wouldn't bat an eye. I'm gonna be real with you. I would not bat an eye. I'm
like after this, if they keep it going, if they're like, oh, we're going with the next generation, I'm like, oh hell yeah, strap me in, bro. I'm in.
Facts. Like I'm just here. Listen, it's consistency, baby. I know what I'm gonna get out of a Fast film. I'm gonna get some unnecessarily ridiculous stunts and feats of actual valor so high that Marvel people would aspire to achieve that stuff. Captain America wishes he could do half of the stuff that Tom Toretto could. On me. Did you see Twitter? Twitter was like, give me some of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen from Fast and Furious. And like, when did Fast and Furious go off the rails? And they was giving the greatest hits, bro. This man, Dom Toretto, fought off 20 people in like in a secluded room and brought down the whole house. Literally, he had 2 chains and brought down the whole structure just by pulling down on it. He's got superhuman strength. This man stopped an engine from crushing somebody's head with 1 arm.
Yo. That was hard, and that was early too. Like when I saw that, I'm like, "Damn, how heavy are engines?" When you gotta ask yourself how heavy are engines,
I had to Google.
Google.
I was like, "Yo, how many cylinders is it though?" Like, let me just. Do
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was really in there, bro. Come on, man.
It's on a pull and levy system. Like that's built for like human innovation. Like I don't know. Like I think it's kind of plausible.
Son, do you know the reason why? The only reason why me as a human I ever wanted an ejector seat in my car as a human, not because of James Bond, no, not because of Timmy Turner or whatever the hell they was doing in that Striker Z, no, it was because of my man, you know what I'm saying, Roman Pierce. My man hit the ejecto seat, cuz that's what we doing here. Like, come on, man. Listen, you cannot deny that Fast and Furious is one of the greatest, most entertaining franchises of all time. Definitely entertainment. However, you get the entertainment, that's on you. Whether you're making fun of it, whether you're enjoying it, whether you're laughing, crying, berating it, do whatever you do. You can't deny how far this series has come. And just to be doing its own thing like this, I can't wait for all the absolutely insane stuff. Driving in tornadoes, son. I don't know if y'all, again, you peeped the trailer. He was driving in an actual man-made tornado, son. He's fighting elements. What do you want? What more do you want, people? This is the greatest action franchise of all time. They need to fight Optimus, bro. At this point, it's the only logical next step.
They should have
Listen,
actually done a link up. Oh my god,
bro, that would have been crazy. That would have been a crazy side quest. That would have been a crazy side quest.
I can see it though.
Son, he say, listen, you talking to Optimus? He said, you got your family, we got ours. I'm like, what? What do you mean? it's about to go together. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, listen, it shit would be fire. Shit would be fire. All I'm saying is, I don't know if y'all saw this as well, but apparently there was reports that The Rock was planning to come back to the franchise as well in this trilogy. So it got so hot for The Rock that he had to come back to this trilogy. But that also means, do you know how crazy this trilogy is gonna be? The Rock is gonna like fight a tank barehanded, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit, bro.
This franchise is amazing. It's given us so much.
Bro's gonna do like fucking Hulk clap.
Son, facts. Thunderclap and clear a whole city block. It's over. It's over, son. And again, I want to say this. Tyrese is in this film. That's all you need to know. Thanks, guys. That was my TED Talk. Go see Fast X. Coming out soon. No, they have not sponsored us, but I would like them to. All right.
Remember when that fucking tank landed on his head?
Yo. Oh yeah, it was Roman. It was Tyrese. He was in the jungle running, and then the tank landed on the head, and he just popped out behind it. Like, how did you? Bro. And then what's it called? Ludacris and the girl was standing there, just all like not even distraught. They were just like, oh, I guess he's dead. They didn't even. It barely reacted. It just came out from behind it. I'm like, son, this movie is amazing. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
I'm telling you, bro. Sometimes you just have to play into the fuckery.
You just got to embrace it, man. Life is not meant to be over serious. Just enjoy life. Enjoy it, man. 1/4 mile at a time, baby.
Oh no.
Even if you take the bus, partner. For real. Oh man. All right.
Oh, I swear, like if they just do some dumb shit and like fucking CGI like all of the golden characters, bro.
Son, we need it. We need it. We definitely need it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man. But all right. Moving on to the main story of this evening, this episode. After months of hype, months of just anticipation, the build-up, the time has come. As The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has dropped to apparently huge sales and overly positive reception in the world. With allegedly, well, actually not even allegedly anymore, it's confirmed. 10 million plus copies sold already, and more freak bull creations than you can think of. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is here. First impressions, thoughts on, just this, what I'm saying, going forward. There's been a lot of actual talk about this being the standard format of all the Zelda games going forward after it. How are we feeling?
Honestly, every time I like think about this game, and I see the reviews, and it's like everybody's giving it 10. People are saying this game is flawless. I find it hard to argue with these facts. And I want to start this off by saying, I think this game is a 10. I think this game is amazing. Does it have its flaws? Absolutely, 1000%. But I think this is one of the best games to come out this year. Game of the year? Big possibility. But I'm not going to sit here and ignore the fact that Nintendo charges $70 for a Nintendo Switch game. That is something that I literally cannot get over. I just genuinely cannot get over. And I know people are going to be like, should have bought the voucher. I did buy the voucher. I got it for 50. I understand how to save money. Believe you me, I've been pinching pennies to get games for all my life. The problem is this game should not have been $70. And I know what everyone's going to say. You're telling me this game, like, no, I think this game could be $100 if you were asking me or any other fan. But you're not asking me or any other fan. That's not how this money shit is set up. People don't walk up to you and be like, yo, what do you like? Nintendo isn't calling the random Joe Schmo and being like, how much should we charge for this? They're not. There's a reason why they charge this money. When Breath of the Wild came out, they charged us $60, right? Every Switch game up until this point has been $60. Why is it that this game is $70 and then Pikmin 4, which is dropping in July, is $60? They just hit a lick on us. They just definitely finessed us for that extra 10. And nobody's batting an eye. And that's why when I say like this game is a 10, I hate saying that because I just don't feel like I got finessed. I don't like getting finessed. I can't sit here and be like, this is a 10 when you guys are taking $10 out of my $10 extra dollars out of my pocket, bro. That shit is so whack, bro. That's the thing. That's the part that keeps fucking with me. I think this game is so good. It has frame rate drops. It's on a Switch. It's a glorified fucking mobile phone. Yes, that like the system is archaic at this point. We need something new. You can't drop fucking ROG whatever the Z whatevers and Steam Decks and show me that there's better handheld software out there, and then make me go back to the Switch and be like, damn, having a lot of fun with this 20 FPS at 900p. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest problem. I think this game is amazing, an amazing sandbox, a sandbox like we have not seen in a Zelda game. Because that's the biggest thing. These things that this game does are in other games. Like I have games where you build shit like you build in Legend of Zelda, but you don't do it in a world like this. It's a really good title. But why the fuck is it $70? I have not gotten a solid answer out of anybody why this shit is $70.
Because Nintendo trifling.
Because Nintendo is hoeing us. Because they want you to spend $20 to get the online shit so that you can spend $100 to get the 2 game vouchers. Like, they're finessing us. And that's the shit that kind of pisses me off and that is really being overlooked. I think this game is amazing. The exploration is just like Breath of the Wild, if not better. Now you're like diving into like deep caverns. You're like, whoa, this is an insane world. Now you're flying into the sky. The abilities, while I will say they're awesome, I'm not like super blown away by them because like Ultra Hand is just magnetism but on everything. I love merging shit. I love like the discovery of doing that. It's super fun. The shrines are pretty sick. Like I haven't ran into one that didn't really make me think outside of the box. The shrines are shrines. They're pretty fun. The exploration is awesome. The story is way better. The cinematics on this game. When we were talking about the movie, I was thinking about the cinematics of the game because they are I think they're better than the ones in Breath of the Wild. I think that this tells the story better than Breath of the Wild does. And it kind of gives you the sense of urgency because it's all happening in real time. Whereas Breath of the Wild, it's like you're piecing together a mystery that happened 100 years ago. This is a lot of fun. The combat is fun, but there are frame rate drops. There are times where I'm fighting and this John goes to like 10 FPS and you're sitting there like, God damn, I can't wait for this to hurry up. There's times where I'm riding my horse and I was pulling a carriage and it dropped to like 10. And I'm like, all right, cool. Once I get out of this area, hopefully it won't drop again. And then I got out of it and I'm like, all right, cool. We're back at the steady 30. And then it dropped again. I'm like, bro, this is taking forever. Like this is OD. But those problems are balanced out by the good things about the game. But you know what isn't still balanced out to me is that extra $10 fucking dollars. Where did it go? Because we charged like when I was told Dead Space, the new Dead Space remake, $70. Why? Because we're doing 4K 60 FPS. That's why. So pay up. This is new shit. This is new technology. We had to put money into this, so you got to put money into this. All right, cool, no problem. Yo, why am I paying extra money for God of War? You're gonna play this game at 120 FPS, pussy. Fork up the extra 10. All right, cool. You got it, Santa Monica. Damn. 4K resolution, 60, no problem. All right, Breath of the Wild, 10 extra bucks. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. And it's like,
like $10 is gone.
Like, why? Like, and I don't want to hear it because it's better than Breath of the Wild. It's a sequel. It should be better than Breath of the Wild. That's how sequels work. It's an extra. It's not a DLC. This is an extra $60 game plus 10. Where's the 10? Where's the 10 going? You know what I'm saying? Are you telling? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
According to my calculations, your extra $10 has contributed to the 700 million this game has generated in 3 days.
Damn.
Like, and you know what's crazy? If you buy it with the $50, like if you go online and pay for the voucher, you will have already spent $20 giving it directly to Nintendo. On top of that, you can only use the vouchers on online games, so they don't have to spend money on producing any cartridges. So essentially, you're saving $20, but they're saving significantly more.
Way more. Yeah, the business and logistics of it is very funny because Nintendo's. They're gonna find a way to get their money. They're gonna get their damn money's worth out of you. That's the beginning and end of it, man. You can't escape that fact. Nintendo's gonna finesse you in one way or another. You just gotta kind of bite the bullet on that, which is unfortunate, but they're gonna find more ways to do it. But trying to speak on the positive though, the reception I've seen from this game is unreal. It's only been 3 days, bro. It's only been 3 days. That's ridiculous. Now, from what I've seen so far in terms of just the community reception from it, this could be one of the biggest games I've possibly ever seen, based off the simple fact of just the creative engine that everybody's fueling online has been so like raucous. It's been insane. It's been insane. The amount of creative things that have come from Breath of the Wild in the first 2 days. Somebody's already beaten the game, sped ran it like an hour 44 or something like that, like 90 minutes. I'm like, how the hell do you even do that, bro? Whatever. But I started looking deeper and seeing how people, just contributed to the game in different ways. Like some people were, building little carriages and carts. People were like, building little lifts and using powers once to kind of lift them all the way up to the upper islands. And it went so simple as that, all the way up to the most complex things. People were making Gundams. People were making Gundams and straight up like Megazords and murking enemies. They were making JJ the jet planes in the sky and just absolutely murking dragons in the sky. Like, son, like I find it baffling that, like so much has, came from this game experience so quickly. This could be in Elden Ring ballpark territory in terms of the creative engine that is fueled from this gameplay. It looks really good. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it doesn't play too well because of the performance drops, but again, in terms of the scale, in terms of what you can do, it's ridiculous. They just made Gary's Mod in a Zelda format and people are eating it up, and that could fuel the game for months to come. That could fuel the game for, again, most likely years. People were still doing, like Breath of the Wild stuff, and they were still trying to do like combination and creation stuff from there. And that was all for like the couple tools that they have. But now they gave you like the whole keys to the kingdom, so to speak. It's open season, and this could have a huge knock-on effect to just the impact of certain things around it, to where like, yo, I could definitely see in the years to come a couple of other games starting to adopt maybe some features like this. This could be a big like Elden Ring-esque knock-on effect. I think it could be in that ballpark in terms of the impact it has. It's been that big 3 days in. I don't think it'll go away in a month. This is gonna be a game that is firmly in the lead for Game of the Year conversations, and just for the impact that it's gonna have, it's ridiculous. So I mean, so far, so great.
Yeah, and I don't want people to leave this like podcast and think like, oh, Wen really hates this game. Like, I think this game. I remember when we talked about last week about the GQ best games of all time.
Mhm.
Breath of the Wild was number one. I did not believe that shit deserved it. This game, you say this game is number one. I don't think. I think a lot more conversation needs to be had for that. But I would feel better about this game being number one than Breath of the Wild, because it kind of feels like they took the emptiness that you felt while playing Breath of the Wild and just let you fill it in with all your crazy like antics. There were times where I was spending an hour in like a little area trying to build a hoverboard, and I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Whereas like Breath of the Wild, I would have just been riding my horse to the next interesting point. Like everything you do in this game, like you can have fun no matter the place. And that's what I think is so cool about this game. It is an awesome title. I recommend this shit for everybody. But we like the conversations that I feel like need to be had that aren't had is like, where did that extra 10 go? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did Nintendo finesse us into believing like this is worth it? Like, I want them to I want to put like their feet to the fire and say like, yo, you can't just do shit like this. I like this game a lot, but why did you do shit like this outside of the fact that we believe you did this because you know you could get away with it? And that's what kind of sucks, because if we know they can get away with it now, they're going to continue to get away with it. And they're going to be able to just raise the price whenever they want, because it's not like they did new technology to build the Switch games. These games aren't graphically intensive. These games aren't running crazy good. These games are just Switch games that have been the same price for a long ass time. But I do think like if this game comes out to be Game of the Year, I wouldn't be surprised not one bit. And I'm honestly like, after this podcast, I'm probably gonna put more time into I haven't been able to put this game down, but I'm also not gonna be blind to the bad business practices that Nintendo has going on.
Word, 100%, man. As with the way with these businesses, man, it's just shady practices, but damn, some good experiences attached to them, which makes it so much more conflicting, bro. Just drop that 10 off, bro. It's a Switch. It's a Switch. Unless you make a new console. Side eye, bombastic side eye. Unless you make a new console. Like, what are we doing here? Word. Well,
Word.
with that being said, wow, this guy. With that being said, you dick. With that being said, that's all topics I got for this episode of the pod, man. Anything that we might have missed from this week? Anything that we didn't get to cover?
No, I don't think there is.
Yeah.
No.
I think we're good. Yeah, there was a lot of drama and shit that happened this week, but we kind of already hinted at that. That was just funny. We'll speak about it another time and place. You'll figure it out. But I will also say there's a movie trailer that just came out that's gonna release in September. It's called The Creator. Y'all go check that out. That actually looks like a really, really good movie that came out of nowhere. Go check it out. It's called The Creator. I'm actually gonna drop it for these men in the chat in a second. But like, it's insane. It's insane. I'm about to drop it for y'all right now. It's in the trailer troll section. It's just the link. But yeah, fire. It looks super fire. I'm actually really interested in it. Go check that out. But outside of that, that's all the stuff I got for this episode in terms of notes. So let's close this joint out. WenEazy, your closing notes, my friend.
Fuck PlayStation. Fuck Ed Boon. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck Best Buy because they haven't got my camera back and it's been there for 2 weeks. I don't know what the fuck. Y'all might as well build me a brand new camera at this point. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm
Blizzard
angry at. Oh yeah. Oh fuck Blizzard and Activision. And you know what? Xbox for buying them, for allowing this to happen. But I would love to work with all of you.
Thank you for that. Thank you for adding that at the end. Appreciate that. Oh my goodness, King, your closing notes for this episode.
Hey man, just be safe.
Facts, man. Look both ways for you across the street. Wrap your willies. Don't do so much freak bull stuff on Tears of the Kingdom. That would be nice. Be safe. I like that. And of course, my closing notes. You know what damn time it is. Rate this motherfucking podcast 5 stars. I promise. I'm gonna come after people who don't rate this 5 stars, bro. I'm going to get them. We gonna fly Tears of the Kingdom jet planes over your house until we get the 5 stars from y'all. I promise. We gonna get people. I'm gonna hire them. Don't worry. We gonna get the details right. Don't worry about it. But make sure you go on all audio podcast platforms, Spotify for podcasts and Apple Podcasts. Type in No Cooldown. We should be right there. Of course, follow us for exclusive content on youtube.com/@NoCooldown. If you want to check out our other socials as well, we'll be there at No Cooldown Pod on Twitter and No Cooldown Podcast on TikTok. Check us out there, of course. Oh, and No Cooldown Pod on Instagram as well. Be sure to check us out for that content as well. Check out the individual content from these lovely gentlemen that are accompanying me on this podcast as well. Wotaku Channel, WOTAKUCHANNEL. Congrats on 300 subscribers on YouTube. Wotaku Channel, keep it up. You love to see it, and make sure you keep subscribing and showing love to them over on that side. And of course, WenEazy, you know what I'm saying, at WenEazy on all of the platforms for his personal stuff, as well as Wotaku Kxngviii. Make sure you check him out for all the stuff that he does, all the creative works that he has going on, from his Monday vlogs to everything that he might drop. He might drop a 3D video. He might record something. I'm about to say he all over the place. But make sure you check him out and lock in with him. Make sure you check out all my stuff at ThatManTripp on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? We out here, man. We out here. But that has been episode 68 of No Cooldown Podcast, and we are out of there.
Fuck you, yourself.